keep the same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, this the 7 C's. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. We're known for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we going way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up, way up. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. I got his band like I'm Barry Bonds. Running through the money, but the money's long. I don't love it, but I need it, keep it coming on. Only friendly, me and friends, we don't get along. I put that on my name, that I put them on. I put myself on stage as they sing along. I might book a session, do 100 songs. I'ma let you hear them just to prove you wrong. On track, now we going way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Your old squad shady, my bros raw. No breaks, we go. Throw shade, that's a no. Go high, go low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Ball like AD 24. No sleep, need more. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I'm a real one, my day ones. Try speak up, can't say none. Try dig dirt, there ain't none. I make the money that save up. 10 to 80, my savings. Take to the top on the baseline. New car, race on, fast lane. With the booyah, that's a flex. Not a human, I ain't from another planet. I'ma teleport, might vanish. I'ma wake up, do damage. Drawing number 7, East Bordeaux. Working all night, need more though. I remember nights I was poor though. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees. Countdown, levitate. Going up, elevate. elevate. Watch me demonstrate. On time, never late. I grind, celebrate. No pump fake, hesitate. I've been scoring every day. Champagne Perrier. Since 9-3, been in the box, now stepping up to home. Like straight out the sandlot, now I'm plotting on the globe. I work hard, I show love, that calm and steady grind. Got this far, I go hard, let God take control. I was starving skinny, now my weight up, got no energy for haters. See you trying, see you later. I'm shooting for the stars, need no laser beam, blowing like the greatest, but it's one who's always greater. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 on them. 500 degrees. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 on them. 500 degrees. Smile good, skin clear. This here my year. Hey, look up here. This here my tier. Same fit 4 days. I grind 4 ways. I play no games. Need no blame. On the wave, my
What's good? Welcome back, everybody. Shout out to the old subscribers. Shout out to the new subscribers. Appreciate you guys for coming through and supporting your boy. Oh man. So welcome to the midweek stream. Y'all are here. Y'all made it. All right. Good to see everybody doing well. So thank y'all for being here, man. So first off the rip, right now, what you're seeing is what I want to continue to do. I want to start doing a midweek stream. Or at least give you guys a little update about some things that are going on. And definitely, we have some information about the current status of things, and definitely as it pertains to Passport Bros, Brothers Who Travel, held the American dollar and held the whole economy. So this is going to be a carryover from what was talked about over on when we had our live panel with the Black Man's Options channel over on YouTube. And we talked about some very serious things that could happen for people who travel the American dollar. We were talking about BRICS. We're talking about BRICS, which is the union of Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and what it could mean for the American dollar if the BRICS union decides to move forward with shutting down on how we spend our money as far as the American dollar in general. So what would be the ups and downs of this, right? And we got into it. We talked about it from front to back. We had different conversations about, what brothers need to do to be prepared. But now we have a new development going on with the BRICS union, and it's time for us to talk about it because right now everybody was talking about the topic of the week, of course, which has been codenamed Wendy's logo or Wendy. But right now we want to talk about what's going on with BRICS because BRICS has now moved into talks of a BRICS currency. Okay, we're talking a BRICS currency, meaning that they're going to have their own currency, and this is really going to try to bite down on the American dollar. For those who are international travelers, what does this mean for us? Because we know that as traveling from America, when we go to these different countries, of course, the American dollar generally is king, right? And a lot of places that we go to when we're spending, doing our thing. But if BRICS is going to have its own currency, and all these countries are now starting to band together and push out the American dollar, especially Brazil, what does this mean? Okay. What does this mean? So what I'm going to do is, let me see. Make sure my sound is working. What I'm going to do is play something for you guys. and I want to give you guys a little bit of information. Okay. All right, check me out. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. All right, we're going to go ahead and break this down. All right. This is the print. I think they are an Indian um, news site on YouTube. So we're gonna get into this. We're gonna break this down, and we're gonna get into the information that's going on. We're gonna react to this. Fair use, as always. Fair use. Let's hear what's going on about this currency.
Could the BRICS countries, which includes Russia, India, and three others, launch a single currency like the EU's euro? Are Middle Eastern foes, Saudi Arabia and Iran, starting to take baby steps towards restoration of ties? We'll answer all this and more in today's episode. First up, the BRICS countries. As you know, the BRICS countries comprise Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, and represent the largest developing economies. This grouping was formed in 2009, but its dynamic has certainly changed in recent years given Russia's aggression in Ukraine and Chinese aggression in South Asia. However, last week, a member of the Russian parliament was in Delhi speaking at a business forum. Here, he said that the BRICS countries are working on a single currency that could be used for trade settlements.
According to Sputnik News, this is what he said.
In the wake of the Ukraine war, we're seeing more and more countries opt to settle trade in currency swaps. Brazil and China agreed to conduct all future trade transactions using their own currencies. We know that India has allowed rupee ruble payments with Russia, and reports are also emerging that
Fair
China's
use. Fair
yuan
use.
has already replaced the dollar as the most traded currency in Russia.
Well, look at that. It's already starting to happen. All right. China is already starting to take the place of the dominant dollar in Russia. Guys, China is a pretty big country. Okay. China's a pretty big country. And we're already starting to see that the Chinese are looking to um, take over as the new dollar within Russia. Okay. Um, Now, this is just one country. Yes, it is. But right now, what we're looking at, meh, what if this trend continues and we start to see a push down of the American dollar even more? How will this affect our travels? Let's go.
So clearly, a single currency among BRICS countries would benefit, namely Russia. But is it even viable? Also, would China and India even agree to a single currency given the border standoff in Ladakh? There are a lot of tricky elements to this, both economical and geopolitical. The Financial Times recently came out with a report explaining that BRICS countries are dramatically different in terms of their economic trade growth and financial openness. Russia is economically the weakest of the group, while China is the dominant player. Also, what's to say India will even be open to a single currency within a group where China is dominant? Let's not forget that India opted out of the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, or the RCEP, years
Mm.
ago due to fears of cheap Chinese imports flooding its markets. If we zoom out for a second, the bigger story here is that the hegemony of the US dollar
Uh
is
oh.
being brought into question.
Uh oh.
We've seen how China's ties with Saudi Arabia have grown warmer in recent months and even led to speculation that Saudi Arabia may be open to accepting the Chinese yuan in oil trading instead of the US dollar. If this happens, it could have wide ranging implications for the global economy.
Yes. Yes, it could. Saudi Arabia accepting the Chinese yuan over the American dollar. Do y'all like driving cars around? Did you think gas prices were high back when we were having uh, the COVID situation going on? Guys, I mean, let's not act like that's just peanuts. That's a big damn deal. Okay, them accepting the Chinese yuan over the American dollar could flip. It could destabilize the whole oil trade that we have going on with Saudi, because we could be looking at some serious ramifications. if we do. We can see how high gas prices. Of course, the world is not happy with how we ended things in Afghanistan, which it was going to have to end either way. But the rest of the world is not really pro America right now. And if we lose one of the strongest partnerships we had overseas, especially in Saudi, and they side with China, we are isolating ourselves even more. Because if you think about it, our good geopolitical relations with countries like Saudi, um, and our countries that we have going on in the Middle East and stuff like this, in Europe as well. These are the things that keep America as a big player in the game, right? It's already an ocean dividing us, but now just imagine if we cut those ties, we lose the strength of the American dollar, and now United States starts to look more and more like an island because you start to get cut off from the larger part of the world, and now you're over here by yourself, and you don't have as much power as you did. Okay, so yeah, let's hope that doesn't continue, but let's keep going.
It doesn't mean the US dollar will cease to be the world's reserve currency, but its dominance could definitely be brought into question. Since we've touched upon China's role in the Middle East, let's move on to our next topic, which is about Saudi Arabia and Iran, two major regional foes in the Middle East, starting to take baby steps towards restoration of bilateral ties. In a previous episode, we explained to you how China helped broker a deal between the two regional rivals after 7 years of icy relations. Many questioned
China bridging the gap between Saudi and Iran. China bridging the gap between Saudi and Iran. In our last video, we talked about how they are bridging the gap between the Sunni and the Shiite Muslims. And I think we even know from a biblical perspective that they're supposed to fight for damn near eternity. But they definitely said, and I do remember this well, that some about the end days coming if they ever started to be on the same page. Right? I mean, damn, guys. And China is putting everybody together. Okay. This China Russia union, and now they're over here in the Middle East, fixing things between Saudi and Iran. And Iran, we're not friends with Iran like that. We already know that, we definitely have some enemies, and now we have our enemies, strengthening each other. And plus, like I said, how we looked overseas, how we looked in our, you know, how we handled Afghanistan. And it's kind of funny how I was just there, right before it all actually shut down for real, for real. I was just there so I could tell you firsthand how crazy it was when we didn't even know what was going on. But I could definitely feel like something was not right because COVID, like everybody says, sped everything up, especially overseas in Afghanistan. It completely just things really started to get unstable. We didn't know what the hell was going on. I can get in more detail about that, but it did start to get wild near the end, and I was there for that. But y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. This is good information, guys. Hit the like button if you love the game. If you love the ism that's being put out for the Passport Bros, and just for the American dollar in general. Hit that like. Hit that like. Hit that like. Let's continue.
whether this was just a deal for geopolitical optics, but it could be that both Saudi Arabia and Iran are keen to take this forward. Earlier this week, the foreign ministers of both countries spoke over the phone, their fourth or fifth call in the last 3 weeks. Under the China brokered pact that the two countries agreed to recently, their foreign ministers would arrange the return of their ambassadors and discuss means of boosting.
Bro, look at that picture. Just oh, look at that picture, guys. I'm telling you, like this. I don't know. I mean, I guess for me, coming from a military perspective and kind of, being involved in, Middle East and how things were shaped and how we fought so long over there, man. It's just like to see something like this is a bit, to me, it's a bit unprecedented. For yo, this is serious For those who understand a little bit of geopolitics, this is I definitely see this as a serious matter. This is some real ish.
Relations. So it is possible that these recent phone calls will come to fruition very soon and that envoys could be sent to either country within a couple of months. Reports have also emerged that the two foreign ministers could be attending a one on one meeting before the holy month of Ramadan ends. Under the China Brokered Pact, the two countries also agreed to revive a security cooperation agreement originally signed in 2001 and a 1998 General Agreement for Cooperation in areas such as trade, investment, tech, science, culture, and
Face,
sports.
face.
But Iran aside, Saudi Arabia has been making some interesting geopolitical moves. Not only has it allowed China to help broker a deal with Iran, but it has also come to an agreement with Syria through Russian brokered talks. To top it off, the OPEC Plus, in which Saudi Arabia plays a dominant role, recently announced a surprise oil production cut, sending global oil prices up and further annoying Western nations. So, to summarize, Saudi Arabia is mending fences with its rivals in the Middle East.
I just want everybody to hear. I paused it. I said it. She's rounding up. She's saying it. She's like, wait a minute. Okay. Politically, this is nuts. All right. And nobody's talking about this. The de-dollarization, the union of Sunni and Shiite. China is the one behind it. China is also hooking up with the Saudis and replacing the American dollar. Also simultaneously being allied with China. Okay. Or allied with Russia. I mean, bro, let her. All right, I'm gonna let her finish.
With the help of Russia and China,
The help of Russia.
all while poking the West with oil production cuts. The Middle East is definitely a region to watch over the next couple of months as many geopolitical shifts appear to be taking place. Now, for our last topic, we're going to do an exercise that our regular viewers are very familiar with, comparing and contrasting the readouts from two different foreign ministries. We've done this many times before, and today we're looking at how Russia and the US have presented a phone call between Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov and US Secretary of State Antony Blinken. Earlier this week, Lavrov and Blinken spoke at a time when the bilateral tensions
Yes.
between the two countries seem at an all time high, especially with the arrest of a Wall Street Journal reporter, Ivan Gershkovich, in Moscow. It's clear that relations between Russia and the US are indeed at an all time low, and though we've seen prisoner swaps between the two countries just last December, getting Ivan Gershkovich back to safety may be tougher. Why? We'll get into this in a bit. First, let's look at the two statements made by the Russian and US foreign ministries. From the US side, we can see that Blinken raised the issue of not just the Wall Street Journal reporter's arrest, but also Paul Whelan, a former US Marine who has been in a Russian jail since mid 2020. From the Russian side, we can see that Moscow does not have any intention to release the Wall Street Journal reporter, who they say had been caught red handed while attempting to obtain classified information constituting a state secret. The Russian readout also says that Lavrov criticized the uproar being raised by officials in Washington and the Western media over the US journalist's arrest, adding that there is a clear intent to give this case a political slant. If we read between the lines, neither side is meeting each other halfway. And the timing of this is also crucial. Finland, which was once a neutral player in Europe, has officially joined NATO, much to Russia's disdain. Not to mention, Russia is still reeling from an explosion that tore through a cafe in the country's second largest city just last Sunday, and which killed a well known pro Putin military blogger and injured 30 other people. Thank you for watching. This is Pia Kushankuti for The Print.
All right. So yeah. And now we got Finland joining NATO. All right. Now we got Finland joining NATO. But it ain't over. It is not over. We got more intel. We got more intel. We're going to keep it rocking. We're going to keep it rocking. And then we're going to break it all down. Oh, yeah, they also did. And she said Syria, by the way. She said Syria. So Syria, Saudi, Iran being put together by China, allied with Russia. So you got China and Russia sewing together the Middle East, the powers that be in the Middle East, right? And we're also de-dollarizing the American dollar. Finland just joined NATO. We're losing our status as far as having good standings with the Saudis, with the with the oil money and stuff like this, and China just replaced us. All right, let's keep going. Let's break this down. Let's go. Fair use, ladies and gentlemen, fair use.
Transparent regulatory systems, which made the nation seem like a safe place for international investors. But now the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, have announced plans to develop a new currency. Their goal is to reduce reliance on the US dollar and other Western currencies as well, and protect themselves from international pressure. In fact, Brazil and China have already struck a deal to bypass the dollar when paying for trade goods, which is a major milestone in Beijing's long-term plans to establish its own currency, the yuan, as the dominant international currency. So, what will this new currency look like, and what will it mean for the dollar? Well, joining us now is Professor John Quelch from the Miami Herbert Business School at the University of Miami.
Hey, fair use. Y'all listen up and hit that damn like button. I'm giving y'all good ism tonight. This is a good game for y'all brothers who travel, for us who travel. All right, this is the type of information we need to be talking about, right? This is the type of information that we need to be putting out. Something that the brothers can use, something that the brothers can get information from, and understand what could be coming in the future. I'm gonna break all this down in the end. We'll have a little talk about it. Drop the link. You know what I mean? I don't foresee this, being my usual 3-hour, live stream. This is just something I'm gonna come in, just drop some ism, drop some information for you guys tonight, and more than likely keep it pushing. But I will be dropping the link here in a bit, just in case anybody does want to come up and speak on this if they have more intel or any questions. I'm going to break down the information, and I'm going to give out a couple solutions at the end. So stay tuned. Let's keep it rocking.
So the BRICS nations aren't a formal trade bloc. So if they do, in fact, create this new currency, how will it ultimately be used?
So I think what we'd find is that it would initially be used in very large transactions that are government-style transactions between two or more of the countries involved. Just to give a little bit of background here, it is the case that the US dollar has a role that is outsized relative to the 24% of world GDP that the US commands. So the US dollar is involved in almost 90% of all international trade settlements, and around about 60% of foreign currency reserves around the world held by central banks are held in US dollars. So the BRICS nations combined, their GDP is around about 25% of world GDP, vis-a-vis the US now at 24%. And so it's not surprising that these nations collectively are saying, hey, wait a minute, why should our macroeconomic policies and exchange rates be at the mercy of US dollar Federal Reserve?
Do y'all understand what he's saying? He's saying they're combining their GDPs to push out the American dollar. What? Guys, listen. The major powers of the world, the major countries. Let me say this. The major countries, the major power players are joining together to create a one world currency. One world currency, major nations joining together to push out the United States. In the Middle East is going to stop fighting each other. I mean, we don't have to start running conspiracy theories, but I mean, I'm sure that's not the first time or not the first place some of you may have heard when certain events like this start to take place, what it could mean for the rest of us. Um, yeah, for me, guys, this is something that we don't talk about enough. Joining together to put together their GDP so that they can push out the American dollar. I mean, I like going to Brazil, but just imagine going to Brazil and the dollar is basically worthless, right? Or for our brothers specifically who are already there, imagine now your American dollar don't mean nothing. Brothers have been putting in all this work to work remote and live overseas, and your dollar could get severely diminished based off where you are. Whew. All right, let's keep going.
Of
There it is.
decision making.
So, break down what this would mean. If this currency does come to fruition, how is it going to impact the strength of the US dollar? And what does it mean for the average person out there?
Well, a good analogy, Natasha, would be the euro, which of course has now been around for 3+ decades. And when the euro came in, it was, not regarded as uh, that strong an opponent to the dollar. But the fact is that the European nations have, of course, used the euro to facilitate all of their intra-European trade, and some trade beyond that as well is now carried out in euros. So what I think you would see here, if there is such a BRICS type association, which I think, by the way, would be very difficult to pull off because there is no trade bloc, as you said, that involves these 5 nations. But if there were such a currency, as I said, it would primarily be used initially for intra trade among the 5 nations. Before then being potentially expanded out to other nations. The Chinese have, of course, long aspired to develop a digital yuan as an alternative trading currency. They haven't made a tremendous amount of progress, and so I think this partnership is reflective of that. And the Chinese are trying to use the
Fair use also. Link is in the chat if you guys want to hit the link. Link is also in the chat if you guys want to hit that link.
BRICS association as a way to further push the yuan, though they're saying it doesn't matter if it's a digital rupee, a digital yuan, a digital ruble, but in actuality, I think we all know that it would likely be a digital yuan, or at least be heavily based on a digital yuan if it were to come into existence.
We do know that obviously the BRICS nations and China are not the only nations to explore using alternatives to the US dollar. What other nations are considering doing the same? And could we see other countries around the world joining the BRICS nations?
It's possible, but I think they have to prove themselves first before others are going to line up. I mean, when you're thinking about international trade settlements,
Hit the like
this
button.
is not something that you want to waste too much time worrying about. And so it's very convenient for every nation to use the US dollar as its settlement mechanism. However, as I said earlier, the substantial increase in US interest rates in the last 6 months has really brought home to emerging economies in particular that have dollar denominated debt that there's a significant risk in being overly dependent on the US dollar for their reserves, for their trade settlements. And so that's the basis on which we're seeing this BRICS concept emerge right now. That's why we're seeing it today as opposed to a year ago.
Well, look at that.
Is the United
Hush. So, stop sharing. All right. So, what do we have? We have BRICS nations trying to get away from the American dollar because of the issues they've been having with it. Like they basically alluded to the taxes as far as how much it's costing them to use the American dollar. We have essentially rival countries, like real rivals, are banding together to form an unholy alliance, right? And now, okay, because BRICS has been a thing. Now they're creating their own currency, okay, or they're in talks of trying to create their own currency, and what this could mean for the U.S. dollar. Now, for us travel bros, guys who travel, especially, how is this going to look for us when we are looking to bring money down and then go to the currency exchanges and stuff like this, and move around in those countries, and then now our dollar is going to be diminished because we're used to going to different places, especially like you know because I somebody rumored Thailand was thinking about joining. Now, I don't, that's just a rumor. I'm looking more into that. But when we have these different countries, especially South Africa, especially Brazil, those are definitely places that brothers are highly interested in. When we look at the countries, when we look at these places and we start thinking, okay, so like what can we do? What I mean, or how is this going to affect us and stuff like this? Well, one of the things that you want to do, and I talked about some things that you could do. Okay. First of all, you want to start investing properly. You want to start investing. You want to, I'd say now this is going to be your trifecta. It's going to be gold, silver, and crypto. All right. Gold, silver, and crypto. If you guys want, I can do another show where I go into more detail. Matter of fact, I probably will, where I go more into investing and different things like this, on how to get started with crypto, gold, silver, stuff like this, things that will help you to invest, put your money in, so that so that if it comes down to it, you're not going to be just beholden to whatever $1 or $2 you may have in your pocket when you're moving around, especially internationally, right? Okay. Now, this is why so many of us who travel bros, passport bros, this is why this type of information is so vital. All right. Because we're usually going to be the tip of the spear for this type of stuff, because we're the ones who are moving across international waters. We need to understand what the GDP is looking like. We need to understand the geopolitical spaces, information, news. These are the type of things that we're going to hear first and then kick back down to everybody else. Kick the information back down to everybody else who needs to know this, because as American travelers, this is the type of stuff that we need to be spreading. This is the information that we need to be talking about. All right. Because if you don't, all of a sudden your American dollar, all of a sudden it just starts to decrease in value. And now you start planning the trip, and then you start looking at, or you don't even look, because a lot of y'all don't even have the proper apps, which I'll show you. Break down some game for you guys and let you guys know one app that every travel bro needs to have. And I'm surprised that so many people don't have it. I'm gonna show it right here on my phone. It's called Currency. All right. It's called Currency. All right. It's an app called Currency. And in real time, you can keep track of the dollars and how they move. Okay. Y'all see that? The app's called Currency. And as you can see right off the rip, I got the Australian dollar, Brazilian real, Canadian, Chinese yuan, euro, Japanese. I know that might not look the best, but I know y'all can see that, right? Currency. Download that app. Just that's one app you need to have, so you can keep up with what's going on in real time. You can punch in an amount. You could take American dollar and just translate. So, for example, if I have right here, I went into a United States dollar. Everybody see that? I can type in 100 US dollars and see what it is. Hit the convert button. Looks like this. Convert. And now across any country I have typed in, I could see what that means for all these different countries. So I know you couldn't see it necessarily if I showed it, but of course it all pops up, and then everything is now changed. And I'm sure those numbers are hard to read, but just, Australian dollar 149, Brazilian Brazilian reais 503. So yes, 100. So it's still 1 to 5. right now in America's favor so far for Brazil. Great British pound, $80, which diminishes for us because they're the Great British Pound or the pound is higher, and some people have trouble reading it. So basically, I typed in 100 US dollars equivalent. Great British Pound says 80. Just so everybody knows, that means that their dollar's higher than yours because your $100 in Great Britain is only $80. Just make sure that you track that, understand that that's how you read that, right? And then the Chinese yuan, so 100 US dollars is 688.34 Chinese yuan, 91 euros. So right now the euro is higher. The euro and the Great British Pound are still higher. And then the Japanese yen, 13,000. And then the Thai baht, 3,000. So, okay. And then UAE and Dubai, it's 367. Okay. So understand, these are the type of, that's definitely something you want to have on you. Like I said, the currency app, very good for brothers who are trying to travel and move around. That's definitely one of the apps that you want to have. And for us, this is why we say, look into building overseas, look into different countries, like we said before, dealing with this BRICS stuff, right? With the BRICS, and I said this on the last show, pick a country, pick one of these countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and start learning that language. They've been telling you for years, you might want to start teaching your kids Mandarin because things are shifting. Guys, things are shifting. Okay. As Americans, we're so used to being, corralled off into this island we call the United States. We don't know nobody else's language. We don't deal with nobody else's money. We don't dabble in no geopolitical news like that. But this is the type of information that is passport bros or brothers who travel. This is the type of information that we need to be bringing home, especially for those of us who are in the military. I think that for the military guys, I think we are more like, yeah, we're kind of used to this information. But you understand, there's a lot of brothers who travel who don't talk about this. A lot of guys who want to travel who don't talk about this. And this is very, very important, especially when you're looking to go to another spot. You don't have proper apps. You don't have proper currencies. And like I said, these are the type of things that separate guys who, take a vacation versus brother who are really about this travel lifestyle. Okay. So you want to also find countries that allow you to work well in their countries, their opportunities. Okay. So this is an idea that you want to have when it comes to not being focused on just females, because everybody wants to charge us up, but y'all just going over there focusing on females and stuff like this. I'm gonna tell y'all what, right off the bat, I love going to Brazil. I enjoy it there. You know what I mean? The people are great, the culture is great, you know what I mean? And of course, the girls are great. But as far as places for opportunities where I can probably build, look into real estate, stuff like this. The information that's coming back is that South Africa is probably one of the best places to build. Okay. So I could do some stuff like, and this is the type of mindset you guys want to have, is that I could do something like live in South Africa and just travel down to Brazil whenever I feel like I need to. You just make that hop. You can hop that flight, just travel right over, because now not only are they both BRICS, and if you have, just imagine that, right? They're both BRICS countries. And if they do pull off currency, guess where you are? You're right in the hot seat. Hell, you live in South Africa, because South Africa right now, for brothers, they have information. They have better opportunities. And a lot of brothers who have went back and forth say that South Africa is on the come up. Africa is on the come up. And they are wanting, especially they want Black Americans to come through, because we know that right now South Africa is in the shift to where they are trying to take more control back over their country. They're trying to push away from having so many Europeans and control what they have going on. South Africa is really making strides right now to really get their ish together. For those of y'all pro-blacks who really want to put together this Wakanda nation, South Africa is working on their stuff. They are getting it together. They're working on it, and they're looking for different Africans across the country or across the continent. They definitely are looking for Black Americans to come down there, all right, and work with them, partnership with them. They have great opportunities in real estate. I can get that information out there for you guys as well if you're interested. But South Africa definitely is looking to have brothers come through there. They're very welcoming. So the thing is that these are the type of ideas you want to have. Living in South Africa, and then you can travel to Brazil whenever you get ready. Direct flight. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, Sao Paulo airport is setting up direct flights to South Africa. I wonder why. All right. The economy is shifting, guys, and we need to be on board. Start learning Portuguese, right? I mean, I'm definitely not fluent, but you know, I know some. Get on your Portuguese, right? Speak one of these languages. Pick up the native language of South Africa. This is the type of forward thinking you want to have. It ain't just about trying to, you know, catch the females. Hell, I could live in South Africa and go to any spot that I want to and build like that. But imagine I have a house, and this is the mentality of men who are about this travel life. Is imagine I have a house somewhere over here in South Africa, and I'm not running back and forth to the States, you know, and I can only travel once a year, stuff like this. This is the type of mindset that guys who travel. This is what we have, right? Guys who travel have this type of mentality. You know what I mean? Guys who are really about this travel life. This is the type of mentality that we have. Okay. And we're not just what we call weekend warriors. Like, oh, I booked a flight, you know, and I'm just gonna run down to DR for the weekend, and oh, I'm traveling. Like, dude, like, come on, man. And I can only do that once a year. Like, stop, bro. You're not really making moves, because this is what separates guys who are really about this travel life versus dudes who are just like, oh, well, let me go down here to the DR and bragged about, you know, how many pros I knocked off. Like, dudes, man, bro, you're not impressing nobody. Stop it, right? So that's that. And like I already said, you definitely want to learn a new language. Shout out to Ms. Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. He said that's a great app. I use it often. Yes, it is. Tim Howard says he has the app. Shout out to you. You know what I mean? Definitely like and share, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, get the likes up, Appreciate y'all for joining. Link is in the description if you are looking to participate. Make sure to always update it as well when doing the calculation. He's right about that. Make sure you keep it updated. What we got? So Brazil and South Africa are the one countries out of those I have interest in out of the, yeah. And most brothers do. Like I said, that's why I'm kicking down this information, is that for brothers especially, right? Brazil, South Africa are forming a union, guys. They're forming a union. And South Africa, listen, for brothers who travel to Brazil frequently, I think that one of the major gripes, or one of the main gripes, is just been like, well, you know, the infrastructure ain't really the greatest. I don't know. Real estate is kind of iffy. Those type of things, you know, have always been somewhat issues, right? But just imagine that you live South Africa now. And for the brothers who have been, they say South Africa looks like downtown Dallas. I mean, I want y'all to get in the mind state of, you know, there are these places in Africa, or especially South Africa, that look like just like back home in the States, right? It's built up, infrastructure, malls, okay, right? I'm telling you, it's popping. It's popping way more than you think it is. Just some of your nicest places in your downtown areas over here in the States, they got it like that out there in South Africa, with your Johannesburgers and your Cape Towns and all that. I'm telling you, definitely looking nice out there. So you can live there, and then you could travel over to Brazil as frequently as you needed to. And as imagine you got a couple houses in South Africa. You know, there's your residuals, even more, right? You got that going. Okay. So also, we talked about crypto, and I mentioned crypto. One of the things I've said before is when it comes to crypto, I recommend that you look into, first we'll talk about some apps. Let's talk about some apps. Because I know there's a lot of brothers who may not understand So first, let me pull this app up. For getting started in your crypto journey. You want me to update? Is this still your information? Confirm. So basically, you want to look into Coinbase. All right. Coinbase. Okay. Coinbase is one of the apps you want to start out with. All right. It looks like this little that little blue C in the bottom. May be hard to see. If I pull it back a little bit. You probably can't see it too well. I think it's blurry. But it's at the bottom. Coinbase is an app that you want to look into. Coinbase and Binance. Because some currencies don't trade. All currencies don't necessarily trade on Coinbase. You can actually trade more on Binance, and you can see more of what's going on with all the different exotics in your cryptos and stuff like this over on Binance. All right, so that's another one. Check out Binance as well. All right, and when you do that, you also want to invest in a ledger. This is one of these right here. This is the game changer right here. The Ledger Nano. This little bad boy right here. This is your whole bank account. This is your bank that keeps all your different cryptos in it. And a lot of you probably haven't seen this before, but this is the meta when it comes to your crypto game. You put all your stuff, it comes with a USB cord like this, right? You plug it in to your computer and it brings up a whole screen full of all your cryptos. You can see them, you can trade them, move them around, send it to your bank account, pull your cryptos in and out. This is the linchpin right here, because this is your wallet where you can keep everything offline. So if anything ever happens, you can have however much crypto right here in your hand and you keep it locked up at your house. This is what they talked about being the game changer. So when we start having these different currencies go around, now what if BRICS came out with a crypto? What if BRICS came out with a crypto? The BRICS coin, right? And they start trading and that shit goes through the roof. And you go to Brazil and your BRICS coin is way higher than your American dollar. And you're going to be like, yo, how can I get some of them BRICS? How can I invest and get some of those BRIC coins? You want to get on Coinbase and you want to get you one of these. Okay. So you can have access to your stuff at all times. All right. This is what you want. Now, necessarily, I wouldn't recommend carrying this with you. But the way this works is that you'll have keys. You have access codes to this. It's like you have a whole list of passwords that goes with it. Very, very good. Ledger Nano. Check it out as well, right? Definitely want to get up on that. That's the way to motherfucking move, bro. I'm trying to tell you. All right. We got Trader Man. He said you can own land in South Africa. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. South Africa is a game changer because you can own land out there. A lot of different countries that brothers like to frequent, especially Thailand being one of them, you can't necessarily own the land. You can kind of like co-own it with somebody who's a native. So if you ever get married or you got a girl, it basically is going to be in her name. Okay. If you want to do all that work to own the land. But I think brothers who know and brothers who travel, generally, we're not looking for that type of deal. All right. We're not necessarily looking to say, oh, well, it's really, I bought the land, but it's in my girl's name. We really, as travel brothers, we're not trying to really do that. But definitely I'm telling you guys, South Africa or Africa in general, Ethiopia, whatever you want to do, invest in Africa. Now is the time to invest in Africa. I'm trying to tell you. All right. Currencies are shifting, hands are changing. They're fixing the Middle East. Syria's linking up with them. I'm telling you guys, now is the time to invest. What do we got? Salute to BMO. Salute to you, Trey. Salute to you, family. Says salute. Yep, you can own land. We got Brother Mo in the building. He says, I could drive for Lyft and Uber sometimes. I get Africans in my car from Uganda, Senegal, and I'm told Akon is building futuristic cities there. Also, Rwanda. Africa are some places to look into. Yeah, definitely. We already know Akon is turning on lights and giving them water. He didn't turn into Black Jesus out there. Akon is giving these niggas everything. Like, yo, he's giving them grape juice. They got Kool-Aid now. Hell, iced tea. Yo, Akon has been killing it out there, man. Seriously. Let's see what else we got. Shout out to LXST. One Gold is a great app for gold and silver investing. Yeah, check it out. One Gold. Look at it. You know what I'm saying? Pick up this information. Hit the like button. You get some real good information tonight. We ain't gossiping tonight. We ain't pillow talking tonight. We got information for you niggas. Yeah, we got information for you niggas. We getting it out here. All right. Yeah, man. We getting it out here. We helping brothers travel, and we helping brothers understand better ways to move around. All right. What else we got? We got Trader Man. The housing infrastructure South Africa looks like Buckhead. Yes. Yes. And my brothers in BMO will co-sign that. Yes. I've seen the footage. South Africa. Guys, let me tell you something. Africans are not living in these huts. They're not living in these shanties. Like, they'll show you like 1 square mile of poverty and make you think that that's what it's like. Meanwhile, 2 streets over, you got a whole international mall. And they're trying to make you think like the Africans ain't really moving and living. No, they holding it down. And when brothers like us show up, let me tell you something. This is why some brothers favor Africa, South Africa, especially more than Brazil. The secret's starting to get out. It's a different vibe. The Brazilians are very welcoming. We all love going down there. It's a different vibe though. When you get to a place like South Africa or Africa in general, and they have never met you, and they tell you, welcome home. And they treat you like they're welcoming you back home. That's a different experience that I think as Black Americans, guys, that's something that is missing it's like something that's been missing in your genetics. It just hits. They welcome you back home and tell you that you always have a place here. And they're looking for you to bring your American skills, IT. South Africa is really coming up with IT, different things you can invest in. They're definitely looking for us to come out there with our skills and help build and stimulate their economy. Definitely something to look into, guys. Definitely something to look into. We have Trader Man. He says, 450,000 you get a mention. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. Think about how far 150,000, 150K goes in New York versus what 150K looks like in South Africa. Some of y'all will slave away in an expensive ass place like in New York. Y'all will, break over backwards and work 3 different jobs just to live in some like a Manhattan. And you feel like, nigga, you made it. And you paying the price of what? Like a 4-bedroom house in Texas is the same price of like a closet in goddamn Manhattan. I've already told you, brothers, nigga, leave New York. Nigga, why? Leave New York. Get out of there, bro. You can do better, family. Get the hell out of New York. Oh, man. Brother from down under says, hello, everyone. Hit the like. Appreciate you. Men's Daily Advice Encouragement Channel. He said, but yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Akon, yeah. Akon turning water to wine down there in Africa, man. He doing his thing. What we got? Melvin said, I felt home in Joburg. Yeah, man. Shout out to my BMO brothers who went down there. I did not make that trip, but I plan to make the next one. But the BMO brothers who went down there, the reports were out of this world. They said they felt home out there. They said it was great. We had a couple brothers swearing off Brazil. I was like, wait a minute. Stop cussing, my nigga. What are you talking about? Swearing off Brazil. Y'all can have it. I was like, whoa. Whoa, pump all the brakes. What are you talking about? But yeah, some brothers. Well, in that mindset comes from more of a structured, essentially, mindset as far as future and opportunities, right? The opportunities to build something and have your own, according to the brothers, are better in places like South Africa. You have better opportunities, you can do more, right? Versus a Brazil, where the business aspect of it is like, South Africa is pretty good. People ask about safety. Yeah, it's good. I mean, like, it's not like outrageous like any other major city. It's not much different from any other major city as far as the safety wise is concerned. You're gonna be straight out there. You know what I mean? If you know how to move, you know how to move. Period. Right? Don't even worry about that. You're gonna be good. Right? Hit that like button on your way in. Hit that like button. But you're gonna be good on the way in, bro. Right? People compare it to a Thailand, stuff like this. Yeah. I mean, Thailand is definitely a viable option, but some brothers may not be into Asia like that. A lot of brothers want to go back to Africa anyway and check it out. Africa's doors are open. Um, we have some brothers who are getting their citizenship, dual citizenships, passports, dual passports. Um, a lot of brothers are doing their African ancestry, AfricanAncestry.com. I think the way it works is if you can prove you have a genetic bloodline to certain countries in Africa, I think they're giving citizenships. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's how that's working. Passports and everything. If I'm not mistaken, I think Dr. Ron O'Neill got his dual citizenship passport in Senegal. So it's happening. It's definitely happening. Guys, you can definitely get back overseas. You can definitely find a new home over in Africa. There are definitely countries that are looking for brothers to come through. Asia may not be your taste, and Brazil may not have enough infrastructure. Um, you know, in Colombia, maybe you're tired of getting drugged, and maybe you want to go somewhere else. And maybe, what I'm saying? Like, and maybe you don't want to be in a place like a DR. Okay. There are definitely more options than the main ones that brothers talk about. There's definitely more places to get to. You could definitely move better. Places that are also comfortable. You know what I mean? And the biggest thing that's selling Africa right now is they are allowing you to come in and own stuff. I'll probably do another video, a separate video on that, where we get into more of the things that Africa has going on in detail, as far as investing, as far as real estate. I'll probably bring a couple of brothers in. We'll talk about it, and they can give you more information, as I do not own a house out there. I can't tell you in exact detail, but definitely I can let you know that the waters are looking very good for Black Americans. So for brothers who are tired of this stuff, we got the American dollar is falling as far as its power, and the information that we give out here. These are the type of things that brothers who travel are gonna need to know. You're gonna need to know what's going on in these different countries. I mean, if we are going to start mending the bridges together with especially the Middle East, and now we see China, Russia, and of course India. We have all the major players are now forming a one nation, a one world currency. Wow, if we have not prophesized what that's going to be about, but whatever. All I say is, how much is it to get in? How many of my American dollars equal how many of your BRICS shekels? How many shekels do I need to get my bread stacked up? I'll have bread in 5 currencies. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is the type of stuff, guys. This is where we need to be having our focus. So if y'all don't have any questions in the chat, anything you guys want to ask, as far as it pertains to travel, any information you guys may want to know, go ahead and let me know right now. If you guys have any questions for your boy, we can break it down. If not, I'll be shutting it down here very shortly. I got other stuff I got to get to this evening, but any questions you guys may have, or any comments in general, You may want me to go over. He said niggas are proud of working 10 jobs. For real. For real, man. You do all that work because they made you believe that your only key to success is, oh, I gotta work 10 different jobs. I gotta be a high value man, or I gotta make $1 million just to get these bitches to respect me. Let me tell you something. These bitches ain't gonna respect you regardless. If they don't respect you, they don't respect you. You don't need to start monkey dancing and clapping and trying to please and persuade these women, because a lot of brothers do that shit for, trying to have the shiniest belt buckle in the room. I got the biggest rims, you know what I mean? I'm the freshest, flyest nigga. Okay, and what is your reward for being king of the ghetto, bro? Like, what are you getting from that? Okay, you breaking the backs of a couple bitches, all right? So what? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, she got 3 kids, and that one fat. So what are you proving, right? She trying to recruit you to be the next baby daddy, nigga. She trying to get you to come in there and do what her nigga wouldn't do. Tim Howard says gonna start buying. Facts, get up on it. What we got? We got Will Baggins. He says, like, if you're not working 2 jobs, you lazy. He said Americans are weird. He said, I left New York to move to Arizona because there are more opportunities here. Plus, land is cheaper, and you can get a rural grant to open up agricultural farm. Yeah, opportunities are very good. Look, this brother went from New York to Arizona. Hell, anywhere is going to be better than New York, brother. Shout out to you. Shit. Shout out to you for getting the hell out of, nigga. Get out of New York. Let me tell you something. I went to Brooklyn once. Right. I visited New York. I went there way back when I was a kid. I think I was like, might be middle school. This is back even when the towers were still up. I went out there, bro, to go see New York. And because we were visiting some of my family friends out there. Hop out the back of the truck. And I remember immediately, first thing I did was step in a puddle of dirty water. Messed up my shoes. I said, oh, this is going to be great. We got like 12-foot tall stacks of black snow up on the corner blocks. I was like, oh, okay. We jumped out in the hood in Brooklyn. I was just like, bro, what is this place? Like, I ain't never been there. I was like, oh, okay, this is something else. I was sick the whole time. I was used to the air. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I was a whole bitch. I was a kid. I was a big old bitch. Couldn't breathe. I ain't gonna, niggas. I ain't built like that. Nigga, I ain't built like that. Nigga, I'm from the South, boy. I ain't built like that. Y'all New York niggas, man, y'all got it. But bro, I'm cool. Y'all got it up there in Brooklyn, G. I'm cool, bro. I ain't gonna try to debate with a nigga from New York. Like, nah, you good, nigga. Like, yes, nigga. New York swag capital. You got it. All the game, y'all got it. I ain't fighting with you. It's cool. Y'all can have it. I'm cool. That's woo, bro. It was rough up there for me, man. But all in all, no joking aside, I did see some nice stuff up there. I saw the towers, Statue of Liberty, things like that. It was a dope trip. All joking aside. But let's see what we got. He said, "Yeah, man, these dudes are tripping, and these highest expensive ass matrix states like Cali, New York, Florida, but yet still are complaining about the high ass prices. Dude, move ASAP. Facts. And you mentioned Florida, and I also am looking to get to Florida as far as setting up some future plans. I want to be kind of like set up, stationed in Florida, and then be able to network and move around the Caribbean. Probably more than likely have a spot Africa and be able to frequent. So if I got a spot between Florida and Africa, bro, I'm gonna be diabolical, bro. I'm gonna be everywhere. You ain't gonna be able to hold me down. Okay. Brother Mo says I want to look into buying land in Africa. Got to do more research on opportunities there. We have no information. Oh, bro, we will run that information. We will run that information. Matter of fact, when I do my next update, I will run that information. Next time I do my weekly, my midweek update, you know what I'm saying? So you know what? I'm gonna write you down. Mo. I'm gonna come back and try to get you some information on that. Yep. We're gonna get you some buying land in Africa information, brother. Yep. Look for next week's show. Next week, I'll probably do a show on giving information about buying land in Africa, because that's very vital information that brothers need to have. So definitely buying land in Africa. I'm writing it down right now, which I always have my pen and paper like right in front of me in case y'all don't know. Like, pay attention to my live streams when y'all see me live, because generally you may not notice, but I'll be sitting here writing down like little notes. That's a pro tip, by the way, for YouTubers. If you be in a show and you're on a panel and somebody just drops some hot fire, or they drop a real good question and ain't nobody got an answer to, write that joint down, do a show about it. Let me see. South Africa to Brazil, something to look into. Yes, look into that. Definitely look into it. He said, not financial advice. Start researching and investing in cryptocurrency right now. The government is cutting off the ramps of getting it. Yes, bro. Yeah, definitely. Even though Bitcoin right now is looking a little low from what it was, now is the time to buy. Anybody who's in the stocks, anybody who's in investing, that you buy the dip. Basically, you buy the dip. You buy when it's cheap, so that when it shoots up, it's gonna be even more money for you. I still have investments in Bitcoin, not as much, but I still do, and I still recommend brothers do that. All right, but I am not a financial advisor. I'm only saying, theoretically, it would be a good idea to continue to invest in Bitcoin. And it's not, and brothers think that you got to put so much money into it. No, you don't. No, you don't. And you think, oh, bro, I ain't got enough to invest. Let me tell you something. And I think it may have been Warren Buffett who said this. Was it Warren Buffett? I don't want to quote him wrong. But he said the rich you don't save your way into being rich, essentially is what he said. He said the rich don't save. He said the rich invest. They create assets. You can't save enough money to become the wealthy person that you think you want to be. Oh, I'm just gonna save. That's not living, right? Because all you're doing is you're cutting out things that you really want to do in life. Because I'm saving, so I'm not doing this. Well, I'm saving, so I'm not doing this. Create a lifestyle where you can do what you want to do, but you make enough to do it. The issue isn't your morals. Is I'm a bad person because I want to go live my life, and I shouldn't be putting my money on that. And no, I can't buy the things I want. No, the thing is that you need to make more money. The problem isn't you have bad morals. The problem is you're broke. Make more money, right? Look at opportunities. Okay. And a lot of brothers will get caught up in this, the white man holding me back from niggas. Stop, bro. Stop, bro. We're beyond that. We're beyond that. We ain't going. We ain't going no more, which is why the manosphere is divided right now. Okay. Or excuse me, Black YouTube is divided right now, because you got the other half is pro-blacks and we all need to do this. And then you got the manosphere holding it down saying, hey, why y'all attacking us? We never was promoting Dave's daughter, Wendy. Keep up. Hashtag. Let me see. Foreign leaders are making big moves while our leaders are waving the rainbow flag. yeah, man. Yeah, for real. And where was it in Africa where they literally said that anybody coming in there with that stuff, basically they made it illegal. They made like that LGBT talk and all that activity, they made it illegal. I'm trying to remember what country it was. I should look into it, but I'm trying to remember. But they essentially put the whole kibosh on that shit. It's like, nah, you ain't bringing that shit here. Get your flags out of here. We're not doing that over here. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Oh, brothers. Okay, Uganda. Okay, it was Uganda. Yeah, Uganda shut all that shit down. We're like, nah, bro, we ain't going. Uganda's holding it down. I'm telling y'all, Africa is on their shit right now. Look, invest in Africa, brothers. Invest in Africa. Seriously. Let me see. Tim Howard. Yeah, appreciate you, Tim. Appreciate you, bro. Mod doing this thing. He modding. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tim promoting the show. Hit the like button. Share this content, guys. Share this content to all travel brothers. Brothers who share this to Pablo, Big Mac the Trucker. Yo, get this information out, bro. Get this BRICS. I'm gonna actually probably start doing something where I'm doing like updates with BRICS. Something more like I said, this is a midweek show. not really talking about popular or the gossip going on, that we usually get up in. This is something where, even though I'm already at an hour 15, I didn't really plan on it being any longer than 45 minutes. But if you guys are asking questions and I'm kicking down good game with some good ism for y'all to pick up, then hey, I'm gonna do my job. This is what I do. Like this is for y'all. This is for me to give information to y'all about travel and what could be coming. So y'all have questions about stuff like this, or if I find something that I think brothers need to be up on, I'm gonna bring it to you. Let me see. He said, "Damn, New York gave you mental scars, bro. You don't understand." Fam, I was traumatized when I was up there, bro. I'm a country boy. I'm from the South, bro. Like New York was not my cup of tea, family. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking ish. I'm just saying, no, I was a bitch. Me. Nigga, I was just like, oh my God, the snow is black. I can't breathe. Like, fam. And I was like in middle school. I was like, nah, bro. Like, oh, what is this place? Everybody stacked on top of each other. Everything's tight. Like, oh no. Take me back to the barnyard. Take me back to the fields. You know what I'm saying? Take me take me back to the farmland in the country where I can breathe. And I was just like, nah, bro. Like my first trip to New York was not the greatest. I ain't talking down on New York. I'm just saying, me personally, I was just like, whoa, what is this place? This is horrible. Yeah, it was rough for me. He said, Jamel, big facts, bro. I said, I didn't think our president is even alive. He's just an empty vessel. Yeah, he is looking like a husk. The crypt keeper walking around. Which are the best? Okay. What are the best cryptos about apart from Bitcoin? Well, look into XRP, XLM, Ethereum is always been a major player. Those are some ones to look into. Siri, I didn't ask you anything. That's crazy. Siri heard Ethereum and woke up. But yeah, definitely Ethereum, XRP, XLM. You look into those. Also, another app that you can do crypto as well. Also options, because we had a brother on Black Man's Options channel who asked questions about options. His brothers are looking into options as well. Robinhood. Check out Robinhood. That's another app. Giving y'all game. Keep up. Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade. Okay. Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade. E-Trade and TD Ameritrade are going to be for your stocks. Like your main stocks. So that's going to be your Teslas and your main stuff, your main, things like that. Robinhood, you can go in there, you can do your options trading. A lot of brothers are interested in the options. You can do your options trading, stuff like this. And apps like Robinhood are very good for that. I'm going to drop like 6 apps on y'all tonight. All right. So yeah, Robinhood is definitely a good one. And I've made money on all these apps. Brothers. Hear me when I say I've made money on all these apps. Okay. My crypto was funding whole trips for me going overseas at one point. Okay. Like, yeah, I was doing my thing when I was contracting in Afghanistan. But when I came home and I was just chilling, bro, I had crypto just stacked to where I could just be like, all right, well, hell, let me just catch a flight. Off of my crypto alone. You could ask the brothers if you don't believe me. Next time we all get on the panel, you ask the brothers, and I talked about it. I told them, I said, shit, man, crypto paid for this whole trip. Bitcoin paid for this whole trip. Like, it's real. Now, of course, when it comes to investing, it's not, overnight type of thing. You do invest in it and it builds over time. But I'm just saying it is, and it can be lucrative. But you got to get in early or buy the dip when it's low. All right. So see, now we're getting into trader talk. See, I told y'all we're getting into trader talk. Also, Forex. I'm kicking Forex information as well. I was doing my thing with Forex. If you guys want to look into Forex, which if you want to get into Forex, here's another app, MetaTrader. Okay. See, I could do a whole show on Forex. All right, so check it out. I'm going to keep it brief. MetaTrader is the app that you want to trade on because you could use it on your phone. You could use MetaTrader 5, by the way. You could use it on your phone. You could use it on your iPad. And it works great that way because what I do when I'm trading, I'll have TradeView, which is a website. I'll have TradeView up on one of my monitors. You can see my other monitor over here. I have TradeView up, and then I'll have my iPad open. So when I see it moving, because I have everything, I like having a clean chart. So I have everything will be marked up on my TradeView account, and I can look at it on my big monitor, on my monitor over here, and I can catch the flow of everything. I can see my currencies moving, right? And I can, I do my thing, and I got a whole book. Bro, y'all think I'd be lying. Hold on. If I go get my trading book, just so y'all know I'm not capping. Just so y'all know I'm not capping about trading. Like, I literally got half a mind to go get my book of my trades and show you how I do my trading. That might be another. Y'all know what? Hold tight. Y'all think I'd be lying. Let me show y'all this. Hold tight. Give me 1 second. Y'all stay right there. Let me get my book. I want to show y'all. Yeah. No cap. No cap. Real rap tonight, boys. Real rap tonight. All right. So just to give you all an example of how I'll be doing my thing when it comes to the trading. A wise man who traded made more money than I did. He told me, he said, one of the key things is you want to write down every trade that you make. Now, for those of you who ain't into Forex trading, I get it, but still, hear me out. One thing that you want to do is you always want to take note of your trades. You want to write down what you see, what you want to see, and what happens in the end. And when you're successful, you mark it. In my book right here, I'm just going to give you all an example. I'm just going to take it all the way back. All right. So when I started marking my stuff up, like you can see, all right. So that's me at the top. What is that? I'm talking about the different things I'm seeing. Okay. And then at the bottom is marked with a green because I made money that day. I know it looks like gibberish, but I want brothers to see. I got the receipts, nigga. I ain't lying to y'all about how your boy was making money. Like, look at this. This was at the top. I got the day mark. It's Friday. Let's see. It's Friday. The next day is Wednesday. Right? Just showing you. Just showing you. Like, I draw out the charts. I draw out what I see. Like, dig that. See what I'm saying? Just to give y'all an example, bro. Like, I mean, we got it. We got it for real. I'm telling y'all, get a notebook for everything that you want to be successful at. Get a notebook. Straight up facts. Anyway, I wanted y'all to see that because I like showing receipts. I like showing proof. I don't like blowing smoke up nobody's ass and trying to make it seem like I'm something I'm not. You buy Floki and Shiba cryptocurrency. Shiba coin. I'm familiar with Shiba. I didn't invest in Shiba, but I was very familiar with Shiba. Dogecoin was popping as well for a minute on Robinhood. Dogecoin was hitting for a hot minute. It was pretty good. They said it was like more like one of those meme coins or whatever. I invested a little bit, made a little bit of money with it. It was pretty good. We got start off with $50 to $100 a week. Yes, that's what I mean. That's exactly it. $50 to about $100 a week. Okay, $50 to $100 a week. That's like, for some of you niggas, that $50 is 2 trips to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? What, $20 meal, 2 times 40, so a little bit more. Add 5 plus tax, close to 50. I know my math. Chill out. So yeah, that's like 2 trips to McDonald's for you niggas is at $50. Stop playing. All right, cut out McDonald's and go get you some Go get you some leafy greens to munch on while you stack your money up and you invest in crypto. It don't take much at all. I try to tell my homeboys the same thing. It don't take much at all for you to start investing. I gave you all the apps. Hope you wrote them down. All right. I'm kicking you game, kicking you good ism. He said, I hear good things about Wyoming. Especially if you want to run an LLC. If you get your LLC ran out of Wyoming, I think it's the taxes are better. It's like tax free or whatever. Look into Wyoming, especially if you got an LLC. Run your LLC out of Wyoming. Brother said, Trey said, yeah, Uganda. Bro said it was Kenya. I think it was Uganda, bro. I'm pretty sure it's Uganda. He said, was it Sudan? Nah. He said it's the death penalty in Uganda. Facts. Yeah, appreciate it, family. Brother said great topic. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. You know what I mean? Appreciate you. I'll redrop the link just in case anybody may want to come up and talk right fast, but I ain't even trying to be up here, you know what I'm saying, that long. But yo, I'll extend the show if y'all want to talk about it. You know what I mean? I'll drop the link in case you just want to come up, maybe give some. If anybody else wants to give some game on anything I talked about tonight, you know, there's the link if you want to get in. You don't have to. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You feel like you want to give some ism, give some information. That's what we're here for. But yeah, shout out to you, family. Matter of fact, did I make you a moderator, Men's Daily Advice? I think I made you a moderator. I can't see it on this screen, but I think I made you a moderator. You was rocking with me from the beginning. I think I need to. Yeah, family. I should throw you. If I ain't throwing you a wrench, I meant to throw you a wrench. I'm gonna check. See, I told you this notebooks. I'm writing stuff down. I'm writing down that I'm gonna make him a mod. See how that works? There it is. This is how we move. Great minds don't remember everything. They know where to find everything. You ain't got to remember shit. Uganda's one spot. Yep, Uganda's great, man. Check out Uganda. Another good app is Livecoin. Livecoin. Check out Livecoin. There you go. Here comes there. See, the information is coming. All right, what we got? Information on your favorite cryptocurrency. Oh, damn. There it is. You got HBAR, IOTA, Algo. Yeah, I'm familiar. Algo. I don't know about Algo. Yeah. XLM, XRP, XDC, USDC, and ISO 20. Is that 222? Damn. Protocol banking coins. Y'all brothers got the information. The bro said Forex is the truth. Yes, fam. Forex is the truth. Bro, don't believe y'all. Forex, you can make money in Forex, guys. Don't believe the ish, bro. Like, you can work in Forex. Forex can get you bread. All right. It usually just kind of comes down to discipline and understanding that every day is not going to be a hit. A wise man told me you do Forex like you surf. When the wave comes, you hit it, but you ain't going to have waves every day. So when the wave comes, you hit the wave, trade with the trend, trade with the wave. If the wave ain't there, ain't nothing hitting, you ain't even got to get in. You ain't even got to get in. Let's keep it going. You showed your Bitcoin keys? What you mean? My keys? You mean as far as what? The numbers to it? Nah. No. Oh, you mean like when we were out on vacation? What you mean, Jamel? You talking about just now? Because my keys is locked up as far as the actual keys to get into my. If you talking about my ledger, nah, bro. Like that's lock and key. You know what I mean? Like if you talking about for the ledger, like nah, bro. That's that's hella wrapped up. I couldn't even accidentally show that one. For my crypto, for my Bitcoin. Man. He says Shiba and Doge is a joke. They do nothing. Yeah, like I said, I didn't invest much into them. I really didn't. I put a little bit in the Shiba. No. In the Doge. I made a little bit with it, but it was like it was kind of like one of those meme coins. It was hot for a minute. I didn't invest in Shiba, but I did invest in Doge. Made a little bit, not much, but indeed, you know what I mean. It was a like I said, it wasn't like a big mover for me. It was just kind of like people said, a meme coin. Press says I will impact with Thailand. Yeah, I know, fam. Yeah, I know y'all busy. It's just for anybody who may want to come up real quick. You know, it's no big deal. You know what I mean? This ain't even that kind of show tonight, to be honest. This is just me kicking information to y'all, getting y'all feedback and anything y'all may want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. What else we got? You said heading to Thailand, I see. Yeah. Yeah, the brothers. Thailand is coming up next on the docket. I believe that is next week. And brothers are heading out there. BMO is on the move. BMO is heading out to Thailand. It's going down, family. It's going down. He said a copy of the Ethereum blockchain is coming. It's called Post. Okay. Okay. Good information. Good information. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. But yeah, guys. So with that being said, guys, kicked a lot of good information tonight. Yo, definitely look into this BRICS information, guys. If you have not, I will continue to bring you information about BRICS. I'm sure Prayers and the brothers over on the Black Man's Options YouTube channel. Go subscribe if you have not. I'm sure they are going to continue to bring information in, and we'll go over there. We'll be talking and circulating this type of information that's going on with the BRICS, with the mergers, because this stuff gets deep, guys. Like you may have known, okay, what BRICS was: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Okay. Yeah. But did you know what they're doing? Did you know that they're literally trying to ally the Sunnis and the Shiites, Syria? I mean, all this conflict going on over there. They're literally getting motherfuckers to ally, you know what I'm saying, under their banner and have their own currencies. It's starting to really, really sound like a one world currency. And as brothers who travel, we need to definitely be aware of what's going on overseas, especially in matters like this. We need to have our ears to the streets. We need to be paying attention to what's going on and what could be coming down the track. All right. Because if something's coming, at least you can be on the tracks and you can see the smoke coming. You know what I mean? You can see what's coming down the pipe. All right. So, with that being said, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for joining. Shout out to the old subscribers, new subscribers. Like if you have not, share this thing and go ahead and subscribe if you have not as well, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down for the night. Y'all been great, and I'm gonna see you on another one. Peace.